This video is going to look at how you can customize your invoices to make them look a little bit prettier and a little bit more presentable and unique to your own business. So there's two ways of actually getting to be able to customize your invoices. The first one is if you navigate to the company cog in the top right hand corner and click on custom form styles. Here you will see a template called standard and you can simply click edit here. Alternatively, the other way that a lot of my clients will get into customizing their invoices is if you go to a recent invoice that you've created. So I am going to go up to my search bar, and in the previous video I created an invoice for Timekeeper Ltd and invoice number 50. So here within the invoice, on this black bar at the bottom of your screen, you can see the option to customize, and here you can click edit current style. I want to leave without saving because I've already saved this invoice in the system, and here you can see it brings us to the same screen. So here you have 4 tabs along the top of the page. The first one is design, so simply you can click dive in with a template and it will give you the 5 template options that QuickBooks Online give you. They're all styled slightly differently, so you might want to choose an appropriate one for your business. I quite like the look of that one. You can make logo edits. If you haven't already uploaded your logo, you can do so here. You can also change the size of the logo and where it's placed on the invoice as well. You can also change the colour of the invoice. Now this will pre-populate to the colour of your logo. However, if you do want to go against that, you can override it and click on something completely different if you want to. I did quite like the blue on that one there. The next one is to choose which font you'd like to use on your invoice. So for example, I might want to use a completely different font, and I might want to make the font a little bit larger as well. The next option gives you the margins, so if you wanted to play around with where the page margins lie on your invoice when it's printed, you can do so there. The next tab is the content tab. Simply what you can do is you can see the invoice here is now split into 3 parts. So if we click through the options, the first part gives you the option to add in any other information that you want to show on your invoice, so your website address maybe, or your company number. And you can also change the titles as they appear on your invoice. So for example, if you want estimate to be called quotation, for example, you can change that there. You can also choose whether you want to display the invoice number, and you can also add in if you want to display anything else extra onto your invoice as well. Here you can also actually select custom fields. So if you wanted to put something else on, say for example, job number, this might be different to your actual invoice number. You can choose to display that on the invoice, and you can see it's appeared here. So you can put custom fields on your invoices as well. If we click on the next box, this includes all the activity on your invoice. So you can make various changes here to what the columns are called, for example, whether you want the quantity and rate to show on the invoice, as well as some other edits there as well. The last box is your payment details and the amounts. So here you can customize what you want to show on the bottom. You might want a VAT summary, you might not want that summary. Here you can also add payment details, and you can see here we've made notes of our account number and sort code so customers can pay us quickly and easily. You may also actually want to make that bigger or smaller depending on how quick you want to get paid and if they've noticed your payment details. You can also add in other notes here. So as I said, please reference invoice and job number when making payment. You might want to make that larger, and that just shows here on the invoice. You can write anything you want here, but that's just an example. So that's the content tab explained. The next one is the email tab. So this is what the customer will see when you send the invoice directly from QuickBooks Online. So you can actually alter what the subject line looks like, and you can also alter the message here as well that is sent with the invoice. You do get the option to actually customize this for each invoice you send out anyway. So this is just the standard template that you're going to send to all your customers. You do also have the option to customize your reminder email as well if you do use reminders within QuickBooks Online. The last tab is the Payments tab. So this is if you have a Go cardless connection set up with QuickBooks or offer alternative ways of payment such as PayPal to your customers. This is a little bit more in depth, and if this is something that you're wanting to use, get in touch with me on the email at the bottom of this video and I'll be able to explain how this works for you as well. Once you're happy with the customizations, you can click Done. Now you may be thinking, how do I see what that looks like? So if you click on the Print or Preview tab down here, this will load up what your invoice will look like when the customer opens it. You can also download it in PDF format here as well if you wanted to copy it into another email, for example, and you can also print directly if you wanted a hard copy.